everybody, welcome back to Swish and Perry. I'm Perry.
Swish.
And we're back with more Force Unleashed. Yay.
Yay, something new. But by new, I mean you're in a different outfit and we're on a different planet.
I'm pretty sure that door was supposed to, like, get blown open right there, and it just stayed closed.
I don't know.
That was pretty cool.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
So, full disclosure, we talked about this earlier, but I figured might as well let everybody know.
Oh.
Yeah, right. Tonight was our good friend John's 30th birthday. And for his 30th birthday, I agreed to drink with him, but in moderation. So he was 30. He wanted to do 30 shots.
Yeah.
Which is funny to me.
Yeah.
Because
That was a lot of shots. Ow.
Yeah, I declined his 30 and agreed on 15. Also a lot of shots.
Yeah.
He made it to 13. I'm still awake. Fuck him.
Yeah.
I say that, but he was already pre-gaming before I came home, so
Oh my gosh.
I really don't know who wins this, but I'm
Yeah.
still awake. And I'm also still drinking, so fuck him. But I wanted to let that be known early because I feel like I drink a lot of our videos, and people unless you know me, you probably can't fully tell, because that's awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
That's like a
Dagobah flashback right there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. But I feel like unless you like know me, I don't know. It's not.
You don't know me.
You can't
Only
really.
God can judge
You
me.
can't really tell that I'm drunk when we record. You probably can. If you go back to all of our videos, you probably like, he was drunk here, he wasn't drunk here. But
Yeah.
I figured at least this one I'd make it known that I've had a lot to drink tonight.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how this lock-on thing works. I don't think I
It
ever
doesn't.
Really, yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I ever really used it when I played. Also, I'm gonna apologize in advance for my probably horrible gameplay tonight, because I've basically been playing nothing but Sekiro for like the last week. Oh no, what have I done? Help. Okay, there we go. And I finally beat it, so that was cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So if we ever go back to playing it on the channel, I'll actually know what I'm doing now, instead of just flailing around blindly, like
Which
I'm doing
we will.
right now.
Which we will.
Yeah. Ooh,
I think the goal eventually is to beat every game
ever.
that we've played on the channel. Yeah,
No,
every
just
game ever.
Every game ever.
Every game ever. Every game ever.
I don't think.
Although, like, in all honesty, I kind of don't want to ever go back to a fucking, what was that? A Clock in Time?
Oh, Hat in
What
Time.
was it?
Yeah.
A Hat in Time.
I
Whatever.
liked that one.
I mean,
was
you know,
fun.
it was a platformer that,
Yeah. That
You-
I'm always really good at. Oops.
yeah, you're great at them.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go back to it.
Bzzzt. Yeah, I know it's one of my buddy's favorite games, so I'm sure he would have a fun time watching it, but he might be the only one.
Yeah, right?
uh,
We have one view on all those videos, and it's him.
yeah, probably. Well, they were, I think, like, at least the thing for me, like, not that we really have been doing this long enough to get a super nostalgic value to this, but, like, I feel like eventually we'll probably want to go back to it, just because it was the first game we ever uploaded on this channel. But,
Yeah, I think it was the first game that we really kind of found our
where
niche.
we were, like, kind of figuring out what we wanted to do finally.
Yeah, I mean, like, where we were comfortable, because a lot of these videos a lot of games, we recorded a lot of games and did a lot of shit before we really started uploading.
Yeah.
Because for the longest time, we knew we wanted to do this, we just didn't.
We didn't know how.
Yeah, well, I mean, we didn't have a name. Like, we didn't know what we were gonna call a channel. We're like, we're gonna do a YouTube channel where we bullshit and play video games.
And then we literally
What are we
just
gonna call
cheaped
it?
out
We're like,
and
I don't
picked, like,
know,
the
but-
simplest fucking name.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
that's right. I forget you can pull those things down to cover yourself so you don't take unnecessary damage.
We really did
Yeah.
kind of cheap out, because I think we spent like hours one night trying to come up with names, and we had all these like So we had all these cool names lined up, but
Pretty much, it's like impossible to come up with a name that doesn't already exist on YouTube.
well, and yeah,
Um,
that was the thing is like, but we never could agree on it though, like fully. Like we
right,
had
yeah.
names where we were kind of like okay, but finally, like we recorded our like the first like 2 or 3 Hat in Time
Fuck is going
episodes,
on here?
and we were like happy with them, and
Yeah.
then we're like, oh well, let's do a name, and I forget how it actually came up, but it was I think I ended up was just like, let's just fucking Parry and Swish, and then you were like Swish and Parry, and I was just like, whatever, it's fucking like
Just like S&P,
like
the choice for me.
yeah, exactly. Like it just kind of hit because we were both on a Letterkenny kick, and it
Yeah.
just worked. Which I'm really glad that you fucking noticed my birthday message to me.
Squarely down.
Yeah, that was funny. I appreciate
Oh,
it.
you might have to
might
bleep that out.
Well, they won't know who he is, but I'll still just throwing out the name. But I'll still bleep it because I know that he doesn't like to have it out there.
Yeah.
It's funny because the thing that I use to bleep out or to censor names on our channel is a Letterkenny reference anyway, so it's actually quite great how this will all work out.
Be great. But yeah, I every time someone has a birthday that I know watches Letterkenny, I try to find like the perfect Letterkenny birthday meme.
Yeah.
And I saw that, and he loves to say allegedly.
Allegedly.
So that's kind of more of a,
he says like allegedly, like how they actually say it in the show. It's great.
Yeah, I mean he does that intentionally, and he was trying to find a fucking. I talked to him later on today, and he actually told me that he was trying to find a GIF that would fit.
Yeah.
And there's no GIF where the S is in allegedly.
Aw. Probably because it's like, where do you put it? It's kind of hard to spell that.
Yeah, exactly. But still, like, I saw that and I was just like, fuck yeah. And then when I went back to Facebook and saw that you liked it and then he liked it, I was like, yeah, I did good.
I done did good.
It was a proud moment for me. It was a proud moment. You know?
Fuck this guy. There we go.
Are you struggling?
Whoops.
Yeah.
A little bit.
What? Like, how high are you supposed to get that?
There we go. Now it's gone. Right there. Apparently.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I really need to sit down and watch that show again, because
you're not the only one, man.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I gotta use
I'm
that.
behind.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm behind on it, like, massively, because there's a whole, like...
I think I'm, like, 2 seasons behind or something. At least.
I'm at least 2, maybe 3.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But I kind of want to go back to, like, season 3 and watch from season 3 on.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know, like, I feel like if I don't, I'll miss a lot of shit from, like, 4 and 5.
Yeah. There were,
I know I haven't seen 6, and I don't think I've seen all of 5, so...
Yeah, I think 6 was one of my favorites. There was some really funny stuff that happened in 6 that I enjoyed a lot. Ooh, excuse me, enjoyed a lot. Oh, okay. I like how I'm able to respond to that when I get hit. Whee. Get hit once, guaranteed 3-hit combo. My favorite thing in video games. There we go.
I mean, yeah, you just got rid of that guy real quick.
Yeah. Just figure it's easier to deal with him that way than actually dealing with him. Uh-oh.
I mean, that's true.
More of these guys.
So what's up with you, bud? What's been going on with you lately?
Sleep. A little bit of sleep sometimes. Now apparently,
Bro.
like, ow. They're like asking me to do stuff at work that I can't do, so that's pretty fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're like, make this shit that doesn't work. And I'm like, I can't. Like, the software developers need to actually do something, but they're never going to, so I don't know what you want me to do. It's like...
Wow, really?
Yeah, it sucks. We basically just have, like... I think I've talked about it a little bit before. There's, like, a project that they've kind of put me in charge of at my job, but the problem with it is that we have a piece of software that's working with a piece of equipment that it wasn't really made to work with initially. And there's like certain really fundamental things, like, because if I get like too into it, it's just going to be way too technical, but there's certain really fundamental ways that each of them handles certain tasks that are completely opposite. So one of them like completely makes sense if you're manually doing it, and one of them makes sense if you're doing it through automation, which is like what that whole thing is.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so the problem is that the automation is basically trying to tell the thing that would normally be doing it manually to do it in like a very specific way, that like it will do it. It's just it takes a couple extra steps for it to get there, but then the automation sends it commands to like fix like what it's already going to do. And so like instead of it handling it as like an on-off thing, it's just a toggle, so it's just doing opposites. So basically it starts getting commands of like something that it's already going to do, it gets a command to do it again, so then it's just going to do the opposite of what it was already going to do, so then it actually breaks it. It's like, it's really stupid, but it's just like the automation is like, oh, here, let me fix your blunder, but the manual thing is like, well, I'm gonna fix it anyway, I just have to do a couple extra steps. So then because it gets a second command, it actually fucks it up. It's like, so then they're like, oh, like, how about you like get on a call with like, you know, one of the other like directors that we have that works here, and then one of the Ignite engineers, and figure out what we can do. And I was like, we can't really do anything unless they actually like change how their software works, and I can guarantee you they don't want to do that. Like, but so I'm coming in like an hour early to work tomorrow to sit in on a phone call that's not gonna lead anywhere. I'm pretty excited about it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny to me that it's like, and it's funny too, because then it's like certain things that it's like, I think they kind of got a false hope because one of the other guys that doesn't understand the system like quite as well said that like, oh, he was like, oh, I definitely have a way to make this work. And I was like, okay, we already tried that and it didn't work, but okay, like if you can somehow get it to work, then awesome. And then he tried it and it didn't work, and I was like, wow, what a surprise.
Bro, you're really, really upset about this, aren't you?
I'm just upset because basically he did something that fucked the entire system up, and it was my responsibility to fix it, even though he's the one who broke it. So I was like, all right, yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of why I'm upset about it. But it's because, you know, in his head, he's smarter and understands everything better than anybody, but he's the one who broke it. But then I'm the one who has to fix his mistakes. It's just like,
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's just annoying. But hopefully, I like I said, I don't think this call will actually lead anywhere, but maybe it will. Maybe I'll be surprised.
I mean,
does
I
this
hope
actually
so.
go anywhere?
That's where you came from, isn't it?
I don't think so. Okay, I guess this is broken.
Dude, your friend, who I will not name, has been sharing some awesome Star Wars memes.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. She's been tagging me in a bunch of them, and it's been fantastic. It was so weird. I like requested to join that page, like that she had tagged me in a lot of them from, and they actually like for some reason they like didn't let me join. It was weird. So she actually had to like send an invite for me to get into the group. But I could still see the memes and everything. I just couldn't like say anything about them. But
word.
But they are really funny.
She's like my favorite person to share memes from.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites.
I mean, I've got some great friends of mine that are shit posters, but she kind of
takes the cake.
Yeah, she definitely, out of all of them, her and a friend of mine, Justin, are like the two that I just love to share shit from. Like, if I run across anything and I'm like, oh, that was amazing, and I look up, it's usually her or him that shared it.
Right.
But I noticed her today was a lot of good Star Wars memes. I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
Good shit. Oops. There's a lot of good shit coming from her.
I'm over there pressing B to run. That doesn't do that in this game. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm trying to think of some of the ones that she tagged me in recently.
I was too. It was good stuff.
Yeah. I
Like
think one of the ones that made me laugh was
stuff.
like it's like Anakin and Padme, and Padme's like, "My Anakin, how you've grown," and then Anakin's just like, "Oh no, that's just my lightsaber." I think that was like the most recent one she tagged me in. That one made me laugh.
One I saw earlier, but it wasn't even one that she shared, but it was another friend, which was there was a scale like how much do you like kids, and then it had Anakin on one side of the scale, and then Michael Jackson on the other.
Oh, the polar opposites. I still
Yeah.
love that. I think I sent it to you. The oops, I didn't realize those things explode.
Um,
Is that thing I sent to you where it was like the super shitty like super shitty edits of episode Star Wars episode 3, and there's that one part in it where it's like you see Mace Windu's like we grant you a seat on the council, but we don't give you the rank of master or whatever, and then Anakin's just like, this is outrageous, it's unfair, and then you see that like later you see that scene where like the kid comes in, and or like when Anakin comes in and the kids are all standing there and they're just like, Master Skywalker, there's too many of them, what are we going to do? And then Anakin's just like, the kid's like, Master, and the whole time you can just see Anakin just getting angrier and angrier, and then finally he just like ignites his lightsaber, but it's like super short, it's only like 3 inches long. It's like, oh man, I just this fucking stupid shit that people do, like those edits like that on YouTube, just kill me, man. It's like, because it's so dumb, but it's so fucking funny.
and it's perfect too the way they do it.
Yeah.
Some people have way too much time on their hands.
Oh, absolutely.
Kind of like us.
Kind of like, yeah. We say as we add commentary to a video game.
Yeah. That doesn't need commentary.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
And also, the commentary has nothing to do with the video game.
Yeah, like we joke about it, but it literally has just turned
I
into
think
a podcast that like.
Yeah, we've talked about this game for like, I don't know, 5 minutes out of like the fucking
the like hour and a half
4
that's gonna
hours.
be on the channel at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we kept
terrible.
that first episode pretty short. I was able to get because
right.
that intro level is not very long. I keep forgetting to level this stuff up. I have it.
Oh,
let's
you should do that.
Yeah, we'll get some extra lightning because the lightning is very good, and we'll get some more health. Yeah, we'll do that too. And I don't know what any of these do, but let's get some. Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
There's an ability that I have called Sith Punt. I really want to try this out.
I want to punt a Sith.
Right?
Oh wait, technically you're a Sith.
Yeah.
Punt other Sith.
Pop. Deal with
Yeah,
Big
but
Boy
doesn't
McGee
he
over
like?
here.
Doesn't he fucking join the other side? Like, isn't that?
Wow, spoilers.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god! If they haven't played this game yet, fuck them. Cause
Yeah, no,
it's not even canon anyway, so it doesn't matter. Like the story that we're playing.
Oh my god. Fucking speaking of
doesn't
that.
matter.
Speaking of it's not even canon. One of the things that our mutual friend tagged me in. Oh, and I'm trying to remember what exactly it was because it was so funny, but it was that same kind of thing.
Your friend that shares good memes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I love her.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Don't tell her that.
she'll never know.
She'll never know.
But she tagged me in something, and it was like, oh my god, I'm trying to remember. Oops. Is it actually gonna make me? Yes, it is. Oh boy. Sometimes video games do some pretty cool stuff. Other times they're just really fucking annoying.
I mean, that's true.
Number 15, The Force Unleashed. What I like about most games nowadays is if you fall off a cliff, you just kind of reset your counter. But in The Force Unleashed, if you fall off a cliff, you reload from the last checkpoint, which is usually before you killed the previous boss. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's pretty cool.
I fucking hate you. So anyway, what did she tag you in?
So I'm trying to remember exactly how it went. I probably won't do it justice. But it basically was like Palpatine like says something to Anakin about like, you know, he's like trying to like sway him to the dark side and everything, right? So he says something to Anakin about like saving the one you love, and he like mentions some like force power or something, and Anakin's like, okay, but that's a Legends power, so it's not canon. And then you just see like the credit screen just comes up. And it like it's just, you know, it's just another one of those things where it's like it's really dumb, but it was just so funny.
Is that true that like they took a power that he mentions and made it legend, not canon?
I forget. I think so. Honestly, I forget exactly what it was. Okay, so I'm really happy.
I mean, I like honestly, like I wouldn't put it past Disney to do some dumb shit like that.
Yeah, I
as much as I know that I catch shit for this from Daft, and I know that like me and you don't totally agree, but don't totally disagree.
Right.
On the new movies. Like,
I think they're fun, but I don't think they really fit with the rest of them very well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually like, I shared something, that meme not too long ago, which was the whole like, it was from the scene like, you know, I'm your father.
Yeah.
But it was like the fans ruined.
Yeah, it was like, no, it's impossible. Disney ruined it or whatever.
Yeah. Where I actually honestly believe that. Like, I actually honestly believe that it was more of the fans.
Yeah, there was a really bad backlash. It's kind of the same thing happened with the prequels, because everybody looks back on the prequels now and they're actually like, yeah, those were actually pretty. Well,
that was the whole point of that meme, was like, yeah, they gave the prequels so much shit, and well, like the
bullied George Lucas into selling Star Wars.
It's. I don't think the prequels were. I mean, the writing was just bad in the prequels. Like,
yeah.
Like
it definitely wasn't as good, for sure.
They talk shit about Anakin or Christian Hayden playing Anakin,
and like Anakin exactly how he was told to play Anakin.
Yeah, he played it exactly how it was written.
Yeah,
like I don't know, it's not.
And George Lucas has even said that he's like I'm actually really it's really unfortunate that everybody got like I hate.
Oh, you just got yeeted.
Yeah. I hate how, you know, like any other game is just gonna like throw you back up on the edge and make you have like a little bit of missing health, but in this one it's like, nope, last checkpoint, fuck you.
Bye, bitch.
Yeah, it's pretty sucky. But yeah, I think George Lucas even said something like that. He's like, he was like, you know, it's really too bad that like everybody hated Anakin's character. Is actually how he said it. He's like, cause Hayden played him exactly how I wanted him to. They just didn't like his character. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
But I mean, he was kind of supposed to be that way. I think you and I like talked about that before, maybe, that there's like.
There was a YouTuber that I watched before we talked about it that actually broke down like his character and the script and the writing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
I think we watched the same video.
He kind of nailed it as far as like, if you think about the time frame, the age of Anakin, and just yada yada yada.
Yeah, it's like he would just be mechanical and kind of just going through the motions at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Like he kind of actually nailed it to a certain extent. But you know, I mean, like I said, like I agree with that meme that I think that like the fans themselves ruined it more than anybody else. Like Disney tried to put out something that was different than the prequels because of the backlash of the prequels.
Right, but then they rode too much off the originals, and then
exactly, and then like, that the fans weren't happy about that at all.
Right.
And
so then Disney's kind of like, well, what do we do? You guys aren't happy no matter what.
I mean, I think Disney fucked up on one sense, I think they should have just let J.J. Abrams do the whole trilogy.
I agree. I think having like 8 was fun because it was different, but like story wise, it has like no bearing on the rest of the movies in that trilogy.
Exactly. Like it just doesn't. It's not the same. It's not the same storytelling. It's not the same.
Yeah, it's like it actually has one of my favorite scenes from all 3 movies in it. Or from the sequels in it, and it's that scene where Luke and Yoda, like Luke is talking to Yoda's Force Ghost, like outside of the little temple, like the library, the little Jedi library thing. That is like probably my favorite scene that came out of all 3 of those movies. Although arguably the scene with like Rey and Palpatine at the end of 9 was really really good as well, where because Ian McDermott or McDermott, whatever his name is, the guy who plays Palpatine just came back and just absolutely just owned the Palpatine role so well in that. In 9, like
that's a really good scene. I
think it could have been better, but I really enjoyed what we got.
No, I mean I don't know. Like yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like I kind of want to go back and watch that movie again because I actually really enjoyed. Like I had my issues with 9, but I still.
Yeah, like overall,
for what it was, like I liked 9's probably my favorite out of all of them.
yeah.
Like I like Force Awakens. I like JJ. I like when I heard JJ Abrams was gonna do Star Wars. Like I got really excited because I liked what he did with Star Trek. I like him as a director. And
whoops,
ooh, just got fucked. I could have gotten behind the story he was trying to tell with The Force Unleashed. The Force Awakens. God damn it, this goddamn game. I could have got behind the story that he was trying to tell, and if he'd have done the second movie, leading into the third movie, like I honestly think it would have been different. Like,
yeah,
I still think because, and you can go back to our other Star Wars games to hear me say the same exact fucking thing. I think that if he got the chance to do all of them, he would have been able to tell the story that he wanted to tell and not the story that he had to tell in 9.
Yeah, I agree.
Ultimately, I think I think no matter what, we would have got the same number 9. Like, I think we'd have got the same conclusion.
Yeah,
we just would have got all the bullshit that was mixed into 9. You know what I mean?
Well, I was gonna say, I know that people have talked about there are apparently like scripts out there, that of
apparently
other versions
of 9 too.
Yeah, and there was like, I guess like supposedly the original draft of it was called Duel of the Fates, and I was just like, dude, if that had actually been the name, that would have been so awesome. But
yeah, like apparently there's different versions of 9.
Yeah,
I know there's a version of 9 where Kylo lives.
Yeah, that actually, in my opinion, was that probably, like, now looking back on it, is like the biggest shortcoming that they had in that entire series, in my opinion, because like Kylo Ren was the best character that they created. Think so? In my opinion, out of all the new characters, yeah, Kylo Ren was definitely the best.
Everybody thought he was so emo.
I think he was great, but I get why people think he was emo, though. I guess to some extent he kind of is.
Yeah, I mean,
but I think, like, at first, like, and I think it's just because his character development is so good across the series, because when you first kind of see him, you're just like, oh, he's just kind of some like whiny, Sith that is like, oh, if I don't get my way, I'm just gonna throw a temper tantrum and destroy everything. But then,
they
like,
really fed off that in 8.
Yeah.
Which was I feel like if JJ would have been at the helm of 8, we wouldn't have saw the same Kylo Ren in 8 that we did. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But then again, I mean, you got to look at like his perspective in 8. Like, he was really trying to, like, he was really pissed off. He was pissed off. He was upset. You know, a lot of emotion going on. You don't know how you're gonna handle that shit. So I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, I think we would have saw a different 8 had AJ been
I agree.
JJ Abrams have been at the helm
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, I don't know.
I just like to point out the mental state of the boss that I'm fighting right now as well. Because so he used to be like a Jedi, and like when they all died, I guess like he couldn't handle it. So he's literally made a recreation of the Jedi Council room here, and like this little statue that I'm standing next to is Yoda.
Oh, nice.
So it's like he couldn't cope with the fact that all of his, all his Jedi Master friends were dead. So he made his own to like get through it. I just think it's really sad. Also, this is like my least favorite boss in this whole game. He's super bullshit.
Super bullshit.
Yeah, he's really annoying. I love to. So one of the other memes that our friend sent me that I just remembered was it's somebody sends a text message to their friend and they're like, I think I'm finally gonna start watching the Clone Wars, and then their friend just replies with a screen capture from episode 3, and it's Anakin, and he's just saying, is it because of Obi-Wan? That's just like one of my favorites.
Bro, I'm really like, are they gonna do the Obi-Wan series or not?
They are. I think they've already got it done. There's some reason why they're not doing it right now. Oh, is this how I'm supposed to kill this boss? Is I'm literally just supposed to avoid him and just shock him? Probably. They would set up a boss with some dumb mechanic like that. I'm also incredibly excited about Mandalorian Season 2 because if Ahsoka's actually going to be in it, I might get a boner. But
especially if it's Rosario Dawson playing, which is what I've heard.
Yeah. She is, because I remember, like, I haven't finished Daredevil. I think I only watched, like, I finished the first season, and I think I was, like, halfway through the second season when I stopped watching. But
Daredevil.
Yeah, on Netflix, yeah.
First season was so good.
Yeah, the first season was amazing.
Oh my
The
god.
second season just didn't pull me in as much right away, so I think that's why it wasn't...
For me either.
Yeah.
At all, but the first season, like,
the first season was just
so long before I watched it. Like, it had been out. Like, I kept seeing it. I'm like, oh, I don't want to.
When I feel like...
ruin it, and it was so...
It was so well done. Good. Like, front to back, it was just really, really well done.
The guy that plays the main villain, what's his name? I fucking love him in everything he does, except for when he played in Law and Order. I did not. He had when his Law and Order Special Victim Unit has been like the longest running Law and Order.
Right.
But they had another Law and Order, and he played a main detective in it, and like I did not like him.
Yeah.
At all, and I fucking love him in everything else, and I loved him as the villain in that Daredevil show.
Yeah, he was Kingpin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah, it's so.
And I love too how mild mannered of a character he plays, like in the beginning of it, just to make you think that he's just like super docile and everything. And then all of a sudden there's just like that one like snapping point for him where he becomes, Kingpin. And like, oh my god, yeah, that they did a really, really good job with that show. Okay, I like when it won't let me lock onto him. There we go. Let's try this again. They changed up the QuickTime event on me. It was one way the first time and it was different this time, so I messed myself up.
Yeah, he does. It's such a good job.
Yeah. But I just remember really liking Rosario Dawson's character, and then also being like, "Wow, she's pretty." But
yeah, she plays in a Kevin Smith movie, which was kind of weird.
Oh, really?
But, yeah.
Weird. What movie?
I just said it. I hate you.
Oh, I didn't even see. That's
Clerks.
funny.
She plays in Clerks too.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. It was really, really like. When I found out about it, I was just like, because she's a good actor.
Oh, yeah.
And like Kevin Smith, like, I mean, he's got some good actors that play in his movie, but even he was like, we got a Rosario Dawson? What the fuck?
Yeah. It's like, I don't even know why she agreed to it.
Yeah, like, she read the script and she agrees to it? Seriously?
Yeah.
And I think she even said in an interview that like she read the script and when she got to the donkey show part, she was like, "I get to be a part of a donkey show." Fuck yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Have
like
you ever
that's
seen any of his horror, like Kevin Smith's horror movies that he's done?
the only one I know he's done. He's only done one, and that
I
was
think he's done a couple.
uh Tusk, I think it was.
Yeah, it's a really
Like,
fucking weird
that's
movie.
that's like the only one that would like remotely be close.
Yeah, I watched that movie one night, and it was probably the weirdest movie I've ever watched. It was one of the. It's definitely one of the weirder ones.
If you ever really want to like, I mean, I know you don't know his stuff that much, but if you ever really want to like have a good time, like some of the funnest shit that I watch is like his Q&As.
Mm-hmm.
Because he does stand up, but a lot of his it's not really stand up. He does just a lot of talking, but a lot of his stories are fucking hilarious. But he does a lot of Q&A stuff, and he's talked about that before on there, and like he's talked about having Johnny Depp for it, and how like he got Johnny Depp by like kind of just randomly didn't think he was gonna do it, and then did it, and then did it really well.
Yeah.
Like thought he wouldn't take it seriously, but yet took it extremely serious. Like, I don't know. I haven't watched Husk, but
It's bizarre.
yeah.
Also, I
know.
just noticed something. I don't know why it took me this long to notice it, but apparently the game audio hasn't been working for this entire recording. It's just been our mic audio, which is okay. It's just weird.
Should be
But,
fun.
Yeah. Kaz
That
Dan
happens to me
Perez.
when we record, like, when me and Daff record our Call of Duty stuff
Oh, yeah?
for our channels. Yeah, because I'll forget to change the input on it, OBS.
Oh, look. It's like the 7th time Shock T has died in Star Wars stories.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That poor, like, I feel really bad for her. I swear she's died, like, because I think she died in the Clone Wars animated series, the cartoon one that they did, like, a long time ago.
Oh.
I think they did that one, like, a long time. Oh, there's Maris. I forgot about her. She's really cool. But I think she died, like, in that little cartoon series, and then there was a deleted scene from episode 3 where she dies. So then it's like, if that deleted scene doesn't happen, then she would have just died when Order 66 happened. But then in this game, she dies here. So it's like, yeah, I don't. She's had a lot of deaths in the Star Wars series. Doesn't look bad though.
Not at all.
Maris is pretty cool though. I think she ends up being a pretty important character later. But well, cool. Now we get to run around on, I think, are we on Fallujah?
Probably.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. We get to run around here for a little bit. Oh yeah, there's the big old mushrooms.
Should be fun.
We're gonna go find a hollow fungus tower.
We'll catch that in the next episode.
Shrooms.
Oh, fuck off.
Alright. Thanks everybody for watching.
See ya.
Wow.
Oh.
Seagull, stop it now.
Oh, I don't know why that still makes me laugh so fucking hard.
I'm really glad that got you.